It's showtime at Homestead, Miami.
Andre Baranowskis at the line, steals it in the Indy 250.
Gordon to Baxter's in trouble, and they go. Gordon to the wall, jumps right around.
Side by side on the final lap, coming to the checkered flag.
Steve Morgan, the last lap pass, and the victory in Las Vegas.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 7. Almost forgot which race it was, but who cares, we're all insane now anyway. It is the Alabama 200 from Talladega in the Herr's Dash Series, race number 7 in season number 4. And it's going to be a wild one, a wild weekend of Talladega action. Even though we can't have it in real life, we got plenty of it here in the NOFSRL, every NOFSRL series. Going to be coming here to Talladega this weekend. We're starting off the Herr's Dash Series today. Tomorrow it's the Turkey Hill Series. Saturday the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. And Sunday the New Era Cup Series. Be a lot of Talladega action coming to your way. Coming to your computer screen, I should say, in the next few days. But either way, looking forward to see how this one plays out here from the Talladega Superspeedway in the Herr's Dash Series. The shortest race we got all weekend, only 16 laps. But as we have seen so far this season, even though the races are short, certain drivers have been dominating this season regardless of where they start. And that one guy in particular is Eric Monaco. 228 points towards the championship for him. Mason Brown, who won our last race at Auto Club a couple days ago, 54 points behind. Nathan Baird is 59 points behind, and then you got Derek Campbell and Silas Orta tied for 4th in points, both 74 points behind coming into the 7th of 20 races this season. So we're still not even halfway through the season yet here in the Herr's Dash Series, but we're going to have a good one here from Talladega with Bradley Ream starting on the pole position in the number 13 alongside him. It's the number 88 of Zach Winkle. Great runs in qualifying for those drivers right there. You got the number 52 machine of Marty Johnson to the inside of Atlanta winner Dan Park. Alexander Rowe, who won the Daytona 500 in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series earlier this year, alongside Silas Orta. Of course, Orta's had a pretty strong season so far. Parker Smith there in the 34 alongside the 99 of Josh Williamson in row number 4. Then you got Gatlin Downey and Nicolay Sykes rounding out the top 10 starting positions. Make sure everyone's rolling off here, and they are. And it's actually going to be a while before they get back around to take the green flag here, because Talladega is the longest track, longest oval track, I should say, that we go to all season. So we'll go through the top 20 starting positions. Logan Williams in the number 10 to the inside of Derek Campbell, Andrew Miller, Daniel McMillan, Sebastian Kugelon, and Ryan Durrani. Christian Master and Nathan Stapleton. Then you got Owen Miles and Nicholas Samadia. Last time the Chick-fil-A Cup Series was here at Talladega, Nicholas Samadia went to victory lane for Zidell Motorsports, and Justin Zidell starts last in this race at number 98. Interesting fact right there. But I don't think it's going to matter too much where you start in this race. Even though we got ratings in play here today, it's still going to be a cycle race, and it's going to be cycle racing the entire weekend throughout the NOFSRL, but it's the one place where we accept it, because it's Talladega. It's always a crazy place, and it's going to be another crazy race here today for the Herr's Dash Series. There's Eric Monaco starting rather deep in the field, when Mason Brown, who's second in the points, is also starting deep in the field today. But interesting to see how those guys end up in this race, and where they end up in the points once this whole thing is said and done. Even though Monaco has a huge point lead coming into this race, like I mentioned, we're not even halfway through the season yet. A lot can happen between now and the finale, and we've yet to get to a lot of the just basic speedways this season. So we'll have to see how well Eric Monaco does on the rest of the schedule. This is the last super speedway of the year, getting all the super speedways knocked out early on in the season. But it's going to be a fun race here from Talladega, and we are glad you're here to join us for the Alabama 200 in the Herr's Dash Series. Bradley Ream and Zach Winkle on the front row. Double check one more time to make sure everyone's rolling off, and they are. Here we go. We are green flag racing at Talladega. You know, I said it was going to be a cycle race, but I did not see that coming. Winkle right from the outside on Bradley Ream. I'm wondering if there's an issue on the 13. He did not get going down the backstretch at all. He's going to fall way back in the number 13 machine, but Winkle is out of here. Won the Thanksgiving 500 last year, and now is at the Coca-Cola Super Speedway. The racing at Coca-Cola's very similar to the racing we get here at Talladega, so no surprise to see Winkle jump out from the outside there. And around already, Mason Brown in the 18 with Nathan Baird. And this is our first caution in the Herr's Dash Series since the opening event at Bristol. We had 5 straight races caution-free in this series up until now. Race back to the line. It looks like it will be Zach Winkle who will win the race back, and he will restart us to the green flag in a couple of laps. He'll restart us. Maybe he knows CPR, and maybe someone around here isn't breathing right now, so maybe he can restart us. Who knows? Let's go ahead and see what happened there. Of course, no pit stops in the event, no pit stops all weekend, at least on the Napa fan side. I'm not entirely sure about the New Era Cup Series race, but we're going to be restarting in 2 laps, so the caution came out on lap 2. We'll be back to green on lap 5. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Nathan Baird and Mason Brown to bring up the first caution in 6 races in the Herr's Dash Series. And this is literally at the end of the field. We have 4 wide. That's the 7 of Edwin Mendez. He gets sandwiched by Nathan Baird and Mason Brown, and these are guys who are top 3 in points. Both Baird and Brown at the back of the field here. Brown then gets in the Rockingham winner, Jordan Lopez. Mind to tell you, I didn't even notice this when Lopez won that race last week, but Jordan Lopez broke an over 3-year losing streak on Napa Fan with that race victory. The last time Lopez had won on Napa Fan was either January or February of 2017. He pointed that out to me the other day, so a huge congratulations to Jordan Lopez on that race victory last week at Rockingham, breaking one of the longest losing streaks I've seen out of anybody, and he's been a consistent driver during that whole time as well. But either way, Nathan Baird, Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion, Mason Brown, last time winner here in the Herr's Dash Series, both going around there. No major damage. Thankfully, it happened at the back of the field, but a little unexpected there on the second lap of the race here at Talladega. Replay this in real time. Pretty simple and straightforward. They just sandwiched Mendez, and Baird had nowhere to go, and Brown had to react to that, and into Jordan Lopez went the 0-2 machine. I'm not seeing any of these guys being out of contention, though. I don't think they're going to have enough damage for that. The only 2 guys I'm actually a little concerned of would be Jordan Lopez and Mason Brown, because they did take slightly hard hits there. But other than that, pretty simple incident. Nothing major. We've seen much, much worse here before at Talladega. Zach Winkle, the race leader. He's led all the laps so far. Let's go ahead and see what he does on the restart here from the Talladega Super Speedway in the Herr's Dash Series. And like I mentioned, we're going to be restarting in lap 5 of 16, so we have the new policy of a 2-lap caution at the super speedways, and that really comes into handy here at Talladega. The caution periods would be extra long here, a lap longer than they are at Daytona, and that would take away a lot of the racing. Not going to happen anymore. We're going to use the same format for the Turkey Hill Series and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and obviously we're bound to get some wrecks in these races. It's going to be nice to be able to not take away as much racing because of those wrecks. But then again, more racing may mean more wrecks. You know how that usually goes here from Talladega. Zach Winkle, the race leader. Alexander Rowe, Andrew Miller, Logan Williams, and Christian Master, the top 5. And then you got Kukalon, Marty Johnson, Owen Miles, Dan Park, and Scott Upton. The top 10, Eric Monaco, our points leader. Going to restart in the 28th position. If he finishes there, that'll by far be the worst finish he has had all season here in the Herr's Dash Series. However, 2 of the guys who were competing for him in the point standings, competing with him, I should say, were involved in that last accident, and they're at the back of the field, so we'll have to see what happens there. Winkle getting the jump on Alexander Rowe. Here comes Andrew Miller and Christian Masters, Sebastian Kukalon. A lot of very strong drivers. Even Zach Winkle's a very strong driver, winning the Thanksgiving 500 last year. But Miller, he's been on a roll this year. 2 wins in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series already. Got the victory at Auto Club. Got the victory last week at Rockingham. And he's looking for his first victory in the Herr's Dash Series. To the inside of Zach Winkle's going to take the lead away and lead lap number 5 here at Talladega. Number 88 machine here of Zach Winkle going to file right behind him, though. He was able to get to that inside. And I think the racing that we're seeing here is a little bit different than what we're used to. It's not a full-blown cycle race like we're probably going to see in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series and Turkey Hill Series. The fact that all these guys are better in certain areas than other drivers, I think makes it a little bit interesting for these guys around this place, and are able to actually stay out front a little bit better than they used to here at Talladega. But Winkle is not going to let Miller drive away with this thing. To the inside, he'll go for the race lead, and you see that gap that they put on him. I think that's something that's really going to keep this from being a full-blown cycle race. They're able to put that gap, and Miller actually has a little bit of help there from the outside, and Christian Master, and at the line, it's going to be a close one, but Miller is going to lead his second straight lap. This is a lot like Daytona right now, or a lot more like Daytona than what we're used to seeing here at Talladega. Dan Park with Daniel McMillan on his inside, and that number 9 is going to get a run to the inside of Winkle, and Winkle does not have that close proximity to the 33, so he's not going to get the best of runs up there. Dan Park will hold the inside, entering turn number 3 with McMillan and Silas Orta coming in an inside lane. And it's going to be interesting to see if that 88 can get a run on the outside here, but Dan Park's going to go up and block that, and McMillan's going to have the advantage to move to the inside lane. However, Dan Park, oh, he did not have any help there, and Winkle getting shuffled at a line, 3 wide on the outside, as McMillan leads lap number 7 here at Talladega. Here comes Silas Orta, here comes Trey Wright. In the number 30 machine, Christian Russell, Nikolai Sykes. And now we're starting to see the cycle form. And you know who's going to be on that inside lane. It's going to be Eric Monaco. Looking to work that inside, get that advantage eventually. He's in a good spot right now on the inside as this thing starts to cycle up front. Orta going to go to the inside, and McMillan's going to shoot way up with Dan Park. And Trey Wright had nowhere to go either. He's going to go to the middle lane, and quite obviously, that middle lane is not exactly where you want to be here at Talladega, so this is a lot more what we're used to seeing, but I think when the first couple laps start running, that outside lane can work, but once we get going up to speed, it's the same old cycle race that we normally see here from Talladega. Halfway through the Alabama 200 in the Herr's Dash Series Season number 4. And that inside lane is really, really going strong now. That outside really fell back there. Nikolai Sykes, Noah Clifton, they're peeking out. Monaco peeking out on Dalio, but Dalio might be able to clear. He had the opportunity to clear if he wanted to, but he did not take it. Interesting to see that at Matt Dalio, but he's a driver who knows what he's doing. I believe he's got 17 or 18 career Napa Fan wins at this point. A Chick-fil-A Cup Series champion, 2-time Herr's Elimination Series champion. He's got a pretty solid resume here on Napa Fan. And he's doing pretty well in the points here in the Herr's Dash Series as well. Great season for Dalio so far in Season 4 of the Herr's Dash Series. Monaco to the lead. Clifton led that last lap, but Eric Monaco, winner at Daytona, winner at Bristol, points leader, goes to the point, but I don't know if he's going to leave this lap there. Keisha Boyd, you got Parker Smith going to the inside as well. Now Ethan Lewis and Mike Thompson on the inside behind him. And I think this race is truly anybody's game at this point. The way these guys are cycling through the field here. And if we get a yellow here, it really will be anybody's game. Monaco in the 56 almost got to the inside of Parker Smith. That did not happen, but Ethan Lewis going to take it away right there. He'll lead with 6 laps to go at Talladega. And that inside lane getting strong once again. Thompson, Faden, Stapleton, Samadillo. Stapleton and Samadillo have both won races here at Talladega before. At least I think Stapleton's won a race here before. Not entirely sure if I'm right about that. I know he's won the ARCA Championship, and the season he won the ARCA Championship, the finale was at Talladega, so that might be what I'm thinking. But Samadillo, we know he won last year in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, so he knows how to get it done. Of course, anywhere you go, he knows how to get it done. He's Mr. Edge. He's Nicholas Samadillo. He knows how to win anywhere. Mike Thompson going to lead a lap right there. Remember, you get a bonus point towards the championship if you lead a lap. Monaco did not lead a lap in this race, and he is falling way back. That outside lane's not where you want to be. We got some 4 wide. We had it there for a moment. They fan it back down. Dan Park and Daniel McMillan. Back to the race lead. Mike Thompson, Nathan Stapleton, Nicholas Samadillo holding strong on that middle lane. And now Stapleton and Samadillo, a couple of veterans, going to move to the inside of Mike Thompson. If we got a caution right now, we'd probably have 1 lap to go. If we got a caution on the next lap, I would imagine that might do it for the rest of the race. Because if you have 3 laps to go, if you come to the line, take the caution flag with 3 laps to go, that will be it. So it's a 2-lap caution period normally, but if it's at the end of the race, it's only 3 laps. Or it is 3 laps, not only 3 laps. It's 3 laps. I don't know. Who cares? Ryan Arani just took the race lead. Owen Miles up here as well. And Derek Hamill, who has been very strong on the super speedway so far this season, is actually 4th in the point standings. And Mason Brown, who was involved in that accident that brought out the caution earlier. Remember what I said, those guys, they're not out. Do not count them out. Well, here they are. They could have a shot at winning this thing. Nathan Baird as well on that inside lane. And our pole sitter, Zach Winkle's also up here, too, in the 88 on that inside. That's where you want to be. 3 laps to go. Owen Miles, the race leader here at Talladega. Derek Campbell right behind him, but watch out for Nathan Baird. Watch out for Alexander Rowe as well. That number 3 could surprise us here. And he actually had a really tough break at Daytona. Blew an engine right on the first lap of the race, and that hurt him in the championship standings. He's got a huge opportunity at rebounding from that, coming to 2 laps to go here in the Alabama 200. Hamill to the inside for the race lead on Owen Miles. Gatlin Downey's up here as well. Andrew Williams, haven't seen much of him yet this season. His brother Logan Williams is not too far behind. And almost 4 wide, but they fan it back down. Baird gets shuffled out of line. So does Mason Brown in the 18 machine. Man, these guys are cycling really fast here at Talladega. It's almost impossible to tell who's going to win this thing. Logan Williams to the inside of Zach Winkle. Alexander Rowe going to move the line to the inside. It might be too early for the number 3 machine. But if there's anyone who can stay up front, it's Rowe. I don't know about that. Oh, he's going to stay ahead. No, Andrew Williams going to get a move to the inside. Coming to the white flag here at Talladega in the Herr's Dash Series. Might actually have 4 wide back in here. They were close. But as long as we take the white flag, we're going to have a finish. Zach Winkle in the 88. Going to pick up right where he left off. 1 lap to go for Zach Winkle here at Talladega. Logan Williams, Dan Park, Daniel McMillan, Scott Upton on this inside lane. It really is anybody's race at this point. I'd watch out for McMillan here in the 38. He might be in the prime position the way these guys have cycled in this race. If he can push Dan Park to the inside of Winkle entering turn number 3, he might have a shot, but Winkle is going to hold his ground. Here we go. Watch out for Dan Park in the number 9. He's going to have a really good advantage off the corner. Will he move to the inside? He was looking. He didn't make the move. He didn't do it. Zach Winkle from the pole will win at Talladega in the Herr's Dash Series. Dan Park will finish 2nd, McMillan 3rd, Upton 4th, and Logan Williams 5th. Wow. You just didn't know what was going to happen until the end of the race right there. And Zach Winkle, our pole sitter, not every day you see a pole sitter win in a super speedway, especially at Talladega. But Winkle went to the back, moved his way back to the front. Great job out of the 88 machine of Zach Winkle. First win of the season, 2nd of his career on Napa Fan, both at super speedways and both in wild races. Zach Winkle, the winner of the Alabama 200 in the Herr's Dash Series. Dan Park had the opportunity there to move to the inside, and he just simply didn't take it. I don't know what he was doing there. Had the help, McMillan would have gone with him there if he made the move, but it didn't happen. Dan Park finishing 2nd. Had a shot at his 2nd win of the season. And Eric Monaco finishing 26th. That is the worst finish of the season for Monaco. Mason Brown 21st. Nathan Baird 27th. I mean, with like 3 laps to go, those guys were up front, and they fell all the way back to outside the top 20. That's how wild it was at the end. And Lopez had an issue, and remember, Lopez actually was involved in that accident, and he accumulated enough damage that he could not keep up with the field. That's what happened to Lopez. Tough break for the Rockingham winner right there. Bradley Ream, Actually, I'm sorry. I thought Zach Winkle won the pole. It was actually Bradley Ream who won the pole. Winkle started on the outside pole, but got the jump on the start, so I am completely wrong about Zach Winkle winning this race from the pole. Bradley Ream started on the pole, and he finished where a traditional pole sitter usually finishes here at Talladega, in 39th. Tough break for Ream there. Tough break for a lot of guys. I mean, Stapleton was up front with 4 laps to go, and he finished 38th in this race. I mean, just a sign what we're going to see all weekend long, especially on the Napa fam side. Since we don't use restrictor plates, they can move through the field much quicker here than they will in the New Era Cup Series race on Sunday, but my goodness. That was a fun race. Zach Winkle led 3 laps. I think he's going to get maximum points here today because he actually also led all those laps under the caution too. So yeah, he'll get maximum points. And great win there for Zach Winkle, whose name is actually misspelled. My apologies. I know it's spelled with a K. It's spelled with a K in the point standings and when I do the starting lineup, but in here I misspelled it, and it would take too much time to change it and have Score 4 edited for me. That's just too much time. So yeah, it's a lot of trouble. But congratulations to Zach Winkle on winning here from Talladega. And the next race, I gotta think. What's next race is Dover in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. So we're going to have 2 races where I think we've gone to tracks we've already gone to. I'm trying to think of tracks that we have. I think Homestead's probably going to be the next race, I'm thinking. I mean, it's whatever. We're having fun. That's what counts. Zach Winkle's having fun. First win of the season in the Herz Dash Series. First win of the year on Napa Fan as well. Great to see him get it done here at Talladega. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Turkey Hill Series action from Talladega Chevy Trucks 300. And then on Saturday, it's the Mountain Dew Kickstart 500 in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. That's always a fun race, Talladega. The only Talladega race for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series this year in season number 9. Thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Zach Winkle. And here are the points for the Herz Dash Series after 7 races. I will see you guys later.